How's it going, everyone? It's Adam here, bringing you some Friday the 13th action. Today I'm going to be doing a guide on Part 3 Jason, one of my overall favorite Jasons in the game. He has a very simple, straightforward playstyle, but when used correctly, it is extremely deadly and very effective. I'm going to talk about his strengths, his weaknesses, and just his general playstyle. So let's start with strengths. He can run. This is a great form of pressure. You can really judge a Jason on about like how good they are on how they can apply pressure to counselors. Now, running is one of the best. This just allows you to run the counselor down till they don't have stamina left. That's pretty much it. Now, every counselor in the game can run faster than Jason can run, like when they full out sprint. But when they jog, not all of them can. Jason runs about as fast as a 6-speed character. Now, over time, he'll just catch up with anyone that's 6 speed or below. Like, over time, they'll be tripping, and he can just kind of slowly creep up on them over time. And that's it. You just want to chase them and run their stamina until they have nothing left. People that are sprinting away are just going to burn it up faster, and since you have unlimited stamina, you just want to stay locked onto your target and hunt it down.
Goodbye, old friends. Goodbye. Oh, no.
Don't stop.
Now, weapon strength. This is what makes this Jason so deadly. Weapon strength is an extremely good strength. I'm going to put it into perspective for you, so to really show you how powerful this Jason is. So, a normal Jason will kill counselors in 5 hits. He can cripple them in 3 hits. This Jason can cripple a counselor in 2 hits and kill them in 3 hits. Now, that doesn't seem too crazy. That seems understandable, right? But now when we add in thick skin, let's add in a 20% thick skin. A normal Jason will cripple a counselor in 4 hits, but it takes 8 hits to kill them with just slashing, just R2s. That's a massive amount of R2s. Now this Jason will still cripple a counselor in 2 hits and kill them in 4 hits. It's insane. They want to fight. You fight them. You block them, build up that rage mode, R2 them. They're asking to die. It's a death sentence to go toe to toe with a weapon strength Jason. It just is. It's a bad idea. Whether you have thick skin, basically all you want to do is you want to hit Jason and run. You don't want to stand toe to toe with them because the odds are never in your favor no matter what Jason it is. But with a weapon strength Jason, you're asking for it. You're asking to get killed. Now, if someone goes toe to toe with you and you R2 them and they hit you or you block it, whatever, and they go to run, you can throw a knife in them. And this is going to also insta-cripple them, unless they have a good thick skin on. So 1 R2 and then a single knife will put them into that cripple state. This is great if they just try to hit you, and you kind of like, you block it, and then you catch them with an R2, and then they just try to get away because they built some stamina up on your block. Give them a knife in the back, make them pay for it. And now they're going to be slowed down. Now, the only option they really have here is to try to attack you again or use a first aid spray. Now, since this Jason can run, you can jog right up behind them as they're using a first aid spray. Worst case scenario is they get that first aid spray off, but you catch them with another R2 afterwards, and it's going to put them back into that cripple state. Best case scenario is you just kill them before they get the first aid spray off in general, and that's it. So really mixing up your knife throws and your R2s are just gonna turn this Jason into a monster.
Help me!
Yo, man, that was legit nice.
Now, grip strength. Grip strength is not really that important, to be honest, unless you're fiending for an environmental kill. It's not that big of a thing. Now, using grabs with this Jason, you know, grabs are always good in basically every situation. The range is just ridiculous. It goes further than like your your arm holding an axe, your arm just extends like Inspector Gadget. But I like using grabs for this Jason at the beginning of the game when people are less likely to have knives, just surprising them with a quick grab. Or also at the beginning of the game to just get the knives out of the way before they have a chance to use them on bear traps, or if you're trying to, you know, stop a car and all these people have knives. It's so irritating. You just want to get them off the map as Jason. Get those knives and get them gone. So throwing out grabs now and again, it's not a, you know, it's not a big deal, because either you're going to get stuck with a knife and that's one off the map, or you're going to get a kill, and that's even better. Now his weaknesses. Stun resistance, not really a big deal. Doesn't make a big difference at all, and to be honest, it doesn't ultimately affect Jason that much. So, and if you're playing this Jason properly, you're going to be blocking what can be blocked, and you're going to be trying to avoid what can be avoided through shifts and other things like that, like the shotgun flares. Now his sense, that is probably his biggest weakness overall. The sense can be a problem in the game if you're going against a lot of stealthy characters that are trying to get things done, or stealthy characters that are just trying to survive a match, especially if they're stacking level-headed, low profile. They have a homebody. Geez, it can be, you know, a bit of work to find those counselors. So how you want to combat that is take out the power boxes just to keep that fear risen as much as possible. Just when you first morph at the beginning of the game, go to a power box close to the phone, take that out, get things started, and then as you travel around the map going after counselors, when you come across power boxes, then just do your thing there. I wouldn't suggest like really going out of your way to waste a morph on a power box, unless you're intending to go there to hunt counselors anyways. Like, just do it, you know, it's on the job. So do that. And then of course, as you build up rage to them and you finally hit rage mode, that's going to basically fix that sense issue. You're going to have massive range on your sense. If they're scared at all, you're going to catch them, you know. So once you have rage, you know, sense is not really an issue anymore. Now stock being a weakness is not really that big of a deal. The biggest issue is just the cooldown on it. Now, using stock as this Jason, you have a few different options. There's always the standard option of hiding and waiting for some prey and then getting an easy kill. You can go with a grab or R2s, especially since you do so much damage with the R2s. It's actually not a bad option, especially if you think they might have a knife. Now, you can also do other things with stock now since it got patched. Now there's the VHS tracking effect on when you use a stock now. So you can use it to bait counselors to come out of cabins, break the windows, fake a morph. You can also use it to stack with your run. When you use stock, it mimics the effect of morphing away or shifting. So what you want to do is when you're chasing counselors and you're trying to burn out their stamina, just use stock. Depending if they're looking at you or not, it's not going to make a big difference, but it's going to shoot that tracking effect their way. They might assume that you're using shift, so they'll start sprinting, wasting stamina, and that's when you want to just let them burn out that stamina. Alright, so now I'm going to talk about the rest of his abilities and just how to use them, and then just the general overview of the character and what we talked about, his playstyle. So, his shift, standard shift. It's fast. You can use it to snipe, apply extra pressure between running. You'll be running, then use shifting. You can go for shift grabs, shift slashes, whatever you want really. Now, shift is extremely useful for stopping cars. You like need it. Now this one can catch a car. The speed is fast enough and the range is long enough where you can get caught up with a car that's just getting started and just slowly moving away. If it gets some distance on you and is just going top speed, you're not going to be able to catch it. Jason also has a normal morph, so you have pretty good objective control overall. This Jason has 5 traps, so you have quite a few options. I wouldn't recommend playing around with his traps. I definitely recommend using them for objectives. And lastly, Jason's water speed. It is normal. so it's good for counselors, but bad if there's a boat in the water. You just can't keep up with the boat. It's very similar to shifting against a car. Once it gets going, you're just not going to be able to keep up with it. You have to morph in front of it, and that's the only option. Alright, now talking about rage mode, this Jason, his rage mode is, it's great for all the Jasons, obviously, right? Especially the ones that have really big holes in their game that need them fixed by rage mode. But this one in particular, it definitely turns him into a monster for the simple fact that it just the cooldowns on his normal abilities, when you stack them with his run, it just turns him into a monster. The ability that he can just outrun you over time, and then normally you have a 30-second shift, 30-second morph, but those get dropped down to 20 seconds when you hit rage mode. Basically, once you hit rage mode, you're able to apply a massive amount of pressure and rush down on the other counselors. You're running, you're shifting, you're morphing, and there's just really no time for the counselor to catch their breath. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I hope some of this info has been helpful. If it has, feel free to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I will see you next time.